Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 8. We've made it all the way to 8. 8, Lionsgate. 8, the power number, money and power. And we have a lovely, powerful lady with us today to talk about it. Teri, holding your space. And want to say hi to everybody, Teri, before I go to lighting the candles?
You got it. Hi, everybody. And thank you so much for having me here, Nancy Jean.
Oh, no,
I
it's
missed you. We used to do things together all the time. We
well,
haven't for a while.
I'm getting better and I'm getting really much better. So I'm going to be doing a lot more things. And just finished a tarot class. And so I'm going to have more time. So I'm going to be doing more like this kind of spiritual outreach, which
That's amazing.
I think is going to be fun and interesting and for all of us. And we're going to go light the candles right now. And as anybody who's watched this before knows, we are about to see the most laborious lighting of the candle.
It is not. It's
Okay.
lovely.
As Jupiter and Venus meet in the sky on June 9th, we are invited into a moment of expansion, beauty, hope, and heart-centered possibilities. Come on. Light. Okay. Um, Jupiter brings growth, wisdom, abundance, and vision. And Venus brings love, harmony, creativity, and pleasure. Come on. Okay. Now, together, they create a powerful, energetic doorway for our gratitude, attraction, healing, and joy. All the good stuff we really need. Jupiter whispers to us, expand beyond the fear, dream larger, and trust the path that's opening before you. And Venus whispers to you, open your heart, receive beauty, allow love and kindness to flow freely. We see their combined light gently pouring down around you like a warm liquid starlight. It fills your heart first, softening it, letting go of old worries, dissolving the heaviness, and awakening hope. And then, as we light the eighth candle, let this light move through your body into your mind for clarity, into your heart, into your mind with clarity, into your spirit for faith, into your hands for creation, and into your future for possibilities. Then you quietly ask yourself, what am I ready to welcome with joy? Where am I being called to trust abundance? How can I create more beauty and harmony in my life? And then sit for a moment and see what arises. Now imagine placing one intention into the hands of the universe, something you wish to grow with grace, wisdom, and love. Let Jupiter magnify it through this opportunity while Venus surrounds it with compassion and balance. I open my heart to divine timing. I welcome the growth that guided by love. I trust the beauty unfolding in my life. I feel the energy of Jupiter and Venus glowing within myself and expansive, gentle, and full of possibilities. This is when we bring all of the light of these candles into our soul, and we said we're ready to return and shed that light into the universe. So that's it. They're lit.
Beautiful.
So
I love it.
now, under the grace of the candles, Terry and I are going to discuss what's going on in our life. What's going on in your life,
Yeah.
Terry?
Well, lots of changes, lots of changes. The channel's changing and the format of it a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
used to do Meditation Tribe every morning with
Mm-hmm.
chat and all the other shows. And now I'm kind of streamlining the shows, working a lot with the divine feminine, with
Mm-hmm.
Gaia, inner earth, and still working with the light grid as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the feeling of what you were saying and the energy that you were building with the 8 candles or 9 candles,
Mm-hmm.
but 8 candles lit today. And to me, it kind of feels like such a divine feminine thing that's going on with Jupiter and Venus. I always feel like both of those planets have that kind of feminine energy to them with abundance and joy and
Mm-hmm.
love. And that was just making me think of Ananda, which is Vedic for joy, bliss.
Mm-hmm.
It's a state of being. And I love that, Nancy Jean. So thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad it ties into what you're working with because I do think I definitely feel we're falling more to the divine feminine. And people have to understand that it doesn't, when in the spiritual world, when they talk about divine feminine and divine masculine, they're not talking about our societal understandings of masculine and feminine behavior.
Right.
Feminine is the receiving side. It's the receiving side and bringing it in and gently making it happen. And all of us have masculine and feminine. And it's just that our view of masculinity became toxic, became a little too aggressive, to put it mildly. And that it's, for something to be masculine isn't to condemn it. You can do things in a assertive, important manner, but you don't have to club people over the head with it.
Yeah, when I think of divine masculinity, it's definitely holds space for the divine feminine number one as
Mm-hmm.
the earth is changing and the planet is changing. But also there's so much clarity and protection around that divine masculine energy and so much strength
It's there to
that it
protect
brings.
both where it is and where women are. It's not,
Yeah,
or where what we consider feminine behavior,
yeah.
because we're all on a spectrum.
Oh yeah. And the blessing is we're each different completely,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So of
And it
course
gives
we're
you a
going to have
chance to
different.
play with those energies. And that's really important, is to not deny that. And there was a time when the divine feminine was more a part of, you can look at the old statues of the little fat squat ladies that they keep finding in Central Europe, that were the divine goddesses of their households, and they were goddesses and gods were given equal point. It's when organized people decided to make gods masculine and have them have all the say.
Yeah, even in Egypt, they changed the pictures of the female pharaohs in sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they made them wear those funny beards.
yeah,
They
not
shaved their heads and
attractive.
then they put on a fake beard. Really? That's not a fashion choice I want to be part of.
No. No, as age creeps up on me, I seem to be noticing more and more tendencies toward it. So, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of, I like the message. And so people, I know you don't do your everyday thing, which is, I applaud you, because I kept saying, I wonder when she's going to fall over sideways from doing that.
Everybody, everybody kept asking me that. They're like, gosh, you work so hard. But you know what? It was such a joy. And it was kind of a school for me too,
Mm-hmm.
because to come together with all those beautiful people and that energy that we made on a daily basis or weekly, 5 days a week, it was like, it was also a school and channeling and bringing a group into a journey. So,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of my passion now.
Well, yeah. And right now I'm doing my 6 month readings. So you can see what the end of, I this is a much better time to be read about 2026 than the first
Yeah.
six. Um, and it's a chance to get prepared for the next changes. But I think there's so many changes I would view as positive, and because see people pulling away from anxiety and looking for peace.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, it's funny because we talk about the algorithm of Google, the algorithm of YouTube, of all these
Hmm.
different things. And we kind of forget that we have an algorithm, right?
Right.
And what we put out there, we attract. And if we're constantly watching the news or getting upset or frightened, that energy keeps in our energy, in our cycle.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's like a new strength that's coming in, and it's interesting. This morning in meditation, they were talking about it. and it's a strength and love and power, and it is that divine femininity, like Durga Ma or Mary
Mm-hmm.
and Rachel, and bringing that in and really standing tall in that power of love.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to a young woman who I taught tarot to this last session, and she has an incredible Medusa t-shirt.
Oh, I love Medusa.
No, no, the thing is, Medusa was not a bad person.
No,
She had,
she's great.
if you read that myth, it teaches you a whole lot of why we got angry.
Yeah,
Um, and that's why she has that shirt, but she views Medusa very differently than, she said, yeah, she had a right to be mad. And we have a right to express negative emotions. And if you don't, that's what you're going to end up looking like. And I thought, well, okay. I've woken up mornings where my hair looked like Medusa's, but
right. Um, yeah, I love Medusa. I feel like she is such a power, and again, another tendency of a story that was portrayed differently
hmm
than it probably really was, because her power when she came in,
yeah.
she was yeah, it
Well,
was not a great thing that happened to her.
she's a
I won't
priestess.
say what it
She got
was.
screwed by a hierarchy in the temple,
Yep,
and then instead of punishing the person who inflicted themselves on her, they took it out on her. I
they
think
did.
Medusa's like a story for today.
I agree. I agree so much. Yeah. And it's funny that you say that. I've been wearing my Rolling Stones t-shirt with the lips and the tongue too
Hmm
recently. And evidently Mick Jagger was looking at not Durga, he was looking at Kali, which Kali Ma is a semblance, an aspect of Durga Ma
hmm
and the divine feminine in the Vedas. And it's amazing because she has this thing and her tongue is out. And she's like,
Oh yeah,
forget about it.
yeah, there's a lot of Indian gods, and I think they're so powerful because they express so emotion, but they're not the thing I'd want in my house. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Kali's got a lot of power, and they
Yeah,
say
yeah.
they say white Tara or green Tara you don't want in your bedroom either if you're married. So
hmm
there's a lot of energy around them. Yeah.
Anyway, that's that's kind of where we are. We do you do personal readings?
I do. I do personal readings. I do retreats. I'm getting ready to go to Canada with Kevin Lewis, Linda G, and Susan Lynn, and a lot of other amazing people.
Hmm
And I'm also doing classes. I do classes in person and
hmm
meditations in person. And then I'm also doing workshops in person. And I've got some coming up on the channel for dreams and mediumship.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, want people who are here are interested in this, you can go find what's your channel's name?
It's holding your space, and my website is called holdingyourspace.com.
Hmm How clever of you. My website is totally different than my channel name. I was not thinking with marketing when I put those together. So,
But I think it's beautiful, crystal directions.
oh yeah,
Um, yeah, you're amazing with all your crystals and your knowledge of them and your wisdom.
they're
So
lots of fun to
thank
play with.
you.
And because I do crystals, I don't travel to anywhere because they're too heavy to carry around. I
It would
invite you to come and see me.
You'd have a lot of luggage.
Oh God. My daughter and I were talking. She was saying, eventually we're probably going to be moving because my other daughter's business is growing and she needs, we're going to kind of get the band got together during COVID. It's going to break up again. And plus, where we live, we bought it in the middle of COVID and we paid so little for it that we can sell and get money and making it two households. So she was looking around with me and she goes, and about those, and she's talking about rocks. Last time I moved, they're little boxes, right? And they
Yeah.
weigh 400 pounds because they're rocks. And the guy goes, what do you have in here, rocks? And I said, yes. And when they moved us in here, the guy said, well, what do they look like? So I opened up some of the boxes and showed them to him. And I gave him a couple of little crystals that I
Mm.
give away to people. And he said, that's fascinating. So I one time got a $500 electrical repair because the guy saw what I did and he said, I'll swap my work for that.
Wow. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
So there's all
Brilliant.
sorts of way to finagle in this world, kids, and we're just part of it. So
Yeah, I see that coming up too. I feel like people are going to
there's going
be
to be a lot
doing
more
more of that.
bartering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. We're changing.
Okay, I'm going to blow the candles out because, as you
Okay.
know, if I don't remind you to do this, you'll leave them burning, and then you won't have 9 candles. You'll have the one candle. Now, some people do light the same candle every day, and but on the last day, and you'll find out about this on the last day, which is tomorrow, you let them burn until they send their messages to heaven.
Oh, that's
You just let it
beautiful.
burn, and the smoke rises and the flames rise, and that helps build your intention. And also, tomorrow night would be the night to go out. That's when Jupiter and Saturn are going to be the closest. They're going to be so close, they're going to be less than a finger width apart. When you look up and it's in the western sky at sunset, and you can go out before then if you see it's going to be really a clear night tonight. Go out and look at the planets because they're there. They're doing it right now. I mean, they're doing it in the earlier days too. And they'll be moving away slowly from each other. So if you miss the ninth, you go see the 10th. But I really think it's important for us to go out and look at this because we talk about astrology and we say this is here and that's there and this is and it's just so wonderful when you can walk out on a night. And I saw when Jupiter and Saturn went conjunct in air in 2021, in January of 2021. They did it right on top of my Jupiter. Yes, my Jupiter is 1 degree, Jupiter of Aquarius. But you look up and you go, that's been happening for centuries, and people noticed it, and then they saw patterns, and that's how we grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Waking up and noticing.
Mhm. Well, you have a lovely day, my dear. Thank you for coming
Thank
over
you
and
so
joining
much
us.
for having me. I really appreciate
See you
it. Bye,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Tomorrow and at the premiere, the last one will be at 9 at on the 9th at 7 p.m. If it's at 7 a.m., I'm not going to be there. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.